I'm Clifford Bennett, Herston Economics, and if you saw our video yesterday, we said we were going to have an inverted pyramid chart formation for most markets, and that's certainly what we've got. Looks like that on the Dow Jones. If you look at the Euro hourly chart, flip it upside down, it's a perfect pyramid. We said yesterday morning early on that markets were completely overreacting to the events in Egypt, as tragic as they have been, and perhaps even going to get worse. But markets in the rest of the world, seriously, it's not going to affect China's growth. What was the story about? It was spectacular for 24, 48 hours. It'll be an ongoing story, no doubt. But in a way, Egypt's moving towards an even freer capitalist system. So it's positive for the region in the medium to long term and positive for the world. That said, let's get back to the main game. Main game is China. People still look at the United States for sentiment. You know, the data out of the United States is great. We've been suggesting we got our GDP forecast relatively right. We're looking for 4.1% this year. In the US, might even be higher. Australian GDP, actually, we're looking for around 4.2, 4.3, could hit 4.5% this year. Most of that will be in the second half of the year, though. So positive outlook, absolutely. Number one risk in markets. Well, the number one risk, I gave a speech this morning at the Wentworth Hotel, 600 business people. I said to them, number one risk in business at the moment is that you're too cautious because you're reading all these headlines, bearish, fear-mongering headlines, and you miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. The number one risk to any business at the moment, and I would say it's the same for an investor, is you don't grab the opportunity. You've got to be aggressive about gaining market share now, full on 100% aggressive. You've got to be full on 100% aggressive about building a portfolio now. These are sorts of levels we're not going to see again. I said last week gold was bottoming. It has bottomed. We're going to see a day or two of gold selling because the Egypt thing isn't the concern that people thought and rallied gold, but gold will be bought on the dips. Oil's going through the roof as we said it would. It's going to go a lot higher. We're looking for 145 US dollars a barrel, probably 12 months out, maybe 18 months out. Oil's still cheap. Gold's still cheap. Equity markets are still particularly cheap. Our market today, it's got to have a good run. I wouldn't be surprised with, sort of hit 4,800, 4,900 in just a few days. So very bullish here. No one's going to hesitate anymore. So I really emphasize, don't be slow in getting involved here. Resource, my two favorite sectors in the world, as they have been for the whole year, all of last year. In fact, since the 11th of March 2009, I've been saying my two favorite sectors in the world are Australian resource stocks and French and Italian fashion labels. Why? Because they have the same market, China. Things are going to go ballistic now because people are just starting to get hold of the idea that all that fear-mongering, all those concerns are for naught. The world's a very prosperous place. China's going to grow strongly. Yes, China will raise interest rates once or twice. It's more likely to use other ways of controlling inflation. Inflation's not that bad, really. You're coming off a low base. Australia, the only two risks in Australia are, one, the Reserve Bank raising rates again. I don't think they will. I think they've learnt their lesson. They've got it wrong recently. Hopefully they'll recognise that. They'll never admit it in public. But we should see rates on hold at today's meeting and rates on hold till the middle of the year, perhaps all year. So rate hike perhaps, just one perhaps, in the second half of the year of 25 points. That's what I've said all along. I haven't changed that view. Aussie dollar outlook remains 108 this year. Haven't changed that view since 2008. We said 2011, 108. 2012, 1.12 for the Aussie dollar. So the Aussie dollar is still at the bottom of the range. The Aussie dollar is about to shoot up, actually. Watch it the next 24 hours. Might last 48 here. I don't think so. I think it only has another 24 hours before it explodes to the upside. The Aussie is really going to move quickly. So watch out for that one. Overall, I'm obviously very bullish. If you missed the opportunity to buy yesterday, you should have. We said buy it. We've said buy each of these dips. They've all been great value. The market's not going to keep giving us all these great gift opportunities, so now's time to get aggressive. I still think it's great buying today, regardless of today's rally. Have a good day.